It's your boy Bleed. Everybody listen up. Let's get it. I'm trying to put money in your pocket. That crypto wallet. That bing bada bing ching ching big profit. Even when the market's sideways, I'm looking for ways to get paid. I'm checking my coins around breakfast, then again around bedtime. Bet this, it's not financial advice, but I'm always. It's been a long day, I mean a long week, maybe a long year, so let's get something clear. We're gonna stock up on some party favors later on. Tell everybody they're invited, you should come along. Best to bring your good foot, ladies gonna be dancing on the ceiling. Cocky and appealing, possibly revealing. Getting sideways like a bridesmaid as she vibrate. If you a lightweight, hope you hydrate. We gon' tip the bottles back, busting out the fat sacks. People wearing costumes, chewing on a mushroom. Something like a wonderland, understand? Going down the rabbit hole with my kinfolk to another land. Damn, I said we do it like this. Magic carpet riders on some third eye shit. Mr. Pine Cones come a long, long way, so everybody get sideways. Sing it. I can't wait till Friday. Everybody's getting sideways. Pass the bottle back my way. Everybody's getting sideways.
What is going on, believers? Guys, I hope everybody didn't get liquidated overnight. There is a lot going on in the crypto market. None of it actually bad. This is just the market. This is the market rejecting risk asset right now because Jerome Powell changed up the script yesterday and said, wait for it, the exact same thing that he said 3 weeks prior. So what we ended up getting was a quote unquote another capitulation event because people took 1.52 trillion out of the stock market yesterday, and that of course is going to affect all markets, and how far down it goes remains to be seen. But when you look at this, we are still not, by the way, near where the bottom was before, even though it probably kind of feels like that. But here is a curious and ridiculous image. This is my chart, and I looked at my chart this morning and I said, oh, you got to be shitting me. I can't believe I reset my chart. But no, I didn't reset my chart. The price dropped so low that my entire chart has now disappeared. So obviously that means we're invalidating everything right now, which I mean, it was kind of funny to wake up and be like, oh my God, it just that my charts and everything just apparently reset. So, but they haven't reset. They're just in need of some attention. Now, what I can say is this: if you look down here and you see, like overnight, we kind of trended sideways before we started the second leg down, and we got to kind of look at. First of all, we're on the hour right now, and we'll scroll out here just a little bit, kind of get an idea of what the hour looks like. And then we'll, now that we've closed everything out, we'll take our support and resistance dynamics and we'll look at that, and we'll see that we are below the 1 hour support line, which kind of tells us that we've got some trouble coming and brewing. 2 hour chart, you're seeing the same thing. Now, you see that we did bounce here because you can see that there is kind of a line right there. There's a fictitious line in people's brain right now. That line is 19,000 and of course 20,000. So it's possible that we have a little bit of fight there, but the move is still to the downside, and that leaves 18,892 as the lowest kind of area right here, with some token resistance probably at 19 because it's a number that ends with 0. Now that is unless we get some kind of reversal in the meantime, and people start to pump everything back up just a little bit. So we look over here and we can see here that we get a little bit more resistance at 18, or a little bit more support at 18,603 when you're looking at this on the daily. And the reason that we're doing that right here, about 2 years ago, it was that we got this little pocket right here of resistance that built up around that 1819 level. So that's what we've got right now that you can see right here that we bounced off of. That's where we kind of bounced right here when that flash dump happened, or what are we calling it? The Elon dump happened. So you can see here that here's the end of it. The end of it is you take a day chart and you start to look at the day chart, and this is moving, by the way, by the moment. So it could still break further down, but you're still trending on the upside. We're still heading back in a positive sort of direction. Now, that being said, that doesn't. I don't think that makes anybody feel better, especially if you're invested in something and you're waiting for it to moon or pop or something like that. Nothing's going to pop right now. Everything, maybe, as you can see here, like Luna Classic is in the middle of a pump again. But you look at it on the like the hour charts and stuff like that, you can see it's muted. People want to see it start moving. You can see here, by the way, that Saitama is continuing to trend upwards, and it's continuing to push towards the upside. Matic is up 4% since last night. The general trend of downside is not being sustained by everybody. At Cardano, when part of the dump and then overnight started to pump again. So you'll find pockets where there's little corrections happening, but generally speaking, everything is not in a great place. It is entirely possible, however, that when we look at all of these, and we do see, this is a dip right here, but if we kind of check this out and we look at it from a wick standpoint, this dipped all the way down to 19,008, and it tested down here at 19,900, and we're trending down, as you can see, from this entire thing. But we rounded off over here, trended sideways. Now this happened, and this could just be a liquidation that happened, and now we bought our way back into it because it seems to be kind of eating this candle up, and there's 6 minutes on the candle, so we're not going to cover it. It's going to be another big red candle, so the trend is still going to be moving to the downside, but we did kind of round it off a little bit before. I mean, basically, this is the American market being what they are at this point, and when you go down 1,000 points in the Dow Jones over the course of a day, you're a paper-handed Jeet, and you better look in the mirror because I'm talking to you. You know what I mean? So that's kind of where we are right now. You look at Ethereum, and you're really kind of seeing the same thing. Luckily, my entire chart didn't invalidate its way out of here, but obviously, it's time to renew. Let's find our spots here and figure out, adios Batman, what's going to happen as we kind of go forward. We're still on this downward trend. You can see here, Ethereum, by the way, Ethereum is kind of giving you the song here and telling you that, other than maybe this possible dip down here that happened where we bounced off of this support line right here, I would imagine if I pull up, let's get the RSI out of here. We want support and resistance. Then you can see here that when we get to the 2 hour, maybe we'll be looking at it. Nope, 4. Jesus Christ. There we go. So down here is probably the area that we're going to bounce. I don't think this thing is recognizing. I probably don't have this thing set up right, but there should be a line at least down here indicating something right around 1350. We'll see some token resistance here because we did bounce off of this area once. This thing should be recognizing the resistance spot right here. I don't know why it's not, but it is there. So we can horizontal line this and say that this is one of those spots where we're probably going to bounce a little bit. If not, then we're taking it back to the downside. So that's what everything looks like right now. Even when it tries to pump just a little bit, you can see there's just too much bearish sentiment in the market right now, and people are not. People are shedding risk asset. The question now becomes: is the bottom in? And I kind of think the bottom might be in. This anytime we're looking at this thing, and let's go look at the overnight here for the Dow futures. Dow futures are indicating a massive move down. Dow futures are over 1,000, another over 1,000. This data's got to be old. Data as of yesterday at 5 p.m. based on September. Yeah. So this is not really, this is probably not accurate, what we're looking at right here. We're looking at 32,283, the opening of 32,165 down, implied open down 100 points. Yeah, I guess that's kind of, maybe this is okay, but there's a lot of downward pressure right now as risk assets are getting shed. So if you have a token that you think is going to pump, you better find it and ape into it right now. Remember all the fundamentals that of getting into these tokens that I keep telling you about right now. This one right here, the other day we said get in 3.5, 3.5 cents. So if Hex continues to decline, this is what happened the last time, and we got just a little bit of a pump heading up, and you got to remember where these things went. Now, ETH during that same period of time went from 1,000 to 2,000, so it's still basically the same 100%. But as you're looking through these and as you're finding your positions, then just remember. Just remember what these tokens are doing and what they're going to do. Matic, I don't think Matic's got any more left in it. Remember, we're talking about Matic was way down here, and now it got on this big ass run, went up over $1. So now it's not looking like it's wanting to capitulate. So any of these are strong, but they're strong to hold at the moment. But it might be, I would probably not be looking at those. Thank you. All right, so let's get into chat and let's see what is going on with everybody. God damn it. I don't know who came in here and screwed up my entire lighting set. Just a fucking moment. Oh, well. So we got weird shit happening on the screen. What's going on, Wizard Cell? What's up, Crypto Surfer? Junebug. Martin, what's going on? Drop by America this time. You goddamn right it did. They absolutely screwed the pooch in the worst way possible, at the worst timing possible, and for the dumbest reason possible. And that's what we do in America. Stupid shit. What's up, Sakib? BTFA gang, don't forget, buy 0.1 ETH for a chance to win a PS5. I'm entered in that, by the way. I was entered in that. I was the first person, I think, entered into that. Thinking of selling off my Shiba, cut a loss, and help with taxes. Thank that money to Luna before it's too late. I feel like Luna is going to have a really, really, really good run. So we'll. What is going on with? Hold on one second. I have no idea what's going on. So, we have to go dark. We'll go 0 dark 30 and just for the best. I have no idea what's going on. Rodney's wife looks like Chewbacca. You are going to jail, buddy. Well, maybe I'll meet your mom. Volt is trash. Well, then maybe it was named after you. Dumping like rocks. Believes you hearing me, you fraud. Oh, are you gonna cry? Volt to change his trash. Fuck out Volt. We'll rug pull. Oh, somebody bought the top. Oh man, some little Chad bought the top. Oh, you poor guy. Hey, thank you for the exit liquidity. Rodney's wife looked like Chewbacca. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for all the money I made off of you. You're nice. All right. So we're done with that ding dong. Listen, guys, if you buy the top, I don't know what to tell you. You know what I mean? Everything I tell you is don't buy the top. And come up with a better name when you come back in here. Like, get a better name when you do that. Like, I don't care about Rodney or his wife or his mom or whatever names that you put on there. They're funny because, humor is always funny, but Um, so back to selling my Shiba. You got to do what you got to do. But the market, I don't know how this market is going to play out. And God damn it. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to move lights around and that thing was fine just a second ago. So I have no idea what. Oh, well. There you go. Big institutional money doesn't play on the weekends. Monday will be interesting. Yeah, so we'll feel a little bit of sideways movement, a little bit of Crash Bandicoot game fuel. By the way, we'll feel a little bit of pain maybe over the weekend. I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens. But the markets look like they'll dump a little bit more. But things can change because listen, one of the things that you'll notice about the stock markets and all of these markets is that Jerome Powell comes out and he doesn't say, "Oh my God, it's a disaster," and then everything kind of and everything kind of pumps, and then later on they look at what they said and they realize, "Oh shit, I was drunk." Then they start dumping because they're jeets, they're weak, they're paper-handed hoes, right? And we know that. So what might happen now is the reversal of that. We'll look at, there'll be some kind of dump today and then reversal. We'll start to see it on Monday. Maybe we'll move back up to 1,500, 1,600, something like that. You know what I mean? Because that's, I don't know what the magic number is at this point, but there is going to be a number that, why is it? Hey, Google, set the lights to 100. Sorry, it looks like 2 lights aren't available right now. Of course they're not available. All right. Okay, Rodney, what are you buying? There you go. Really, I mean, you got to respect. Here's what you got to respect. When somebody like that loses big time, you got to respect the fact that they paid you exit liquidity and profit for you. You know what I mean? Thank you for your money. If you have a Bitcoin historical chart from the beginning, every bear market has always been last 2 or 3 years. This is no different. Yeah, well, we know that, but we're not in like. I understand I understand what you're saying with this, but this is not a crypto. This is not the crypto market. The crypto market wouldn't be doing this at all if it were not for mitigating circumstances and outlying factors, and that is the entire stock market. So it's not. It's not. It's going to last until this is done, and this will be done when people decide that they're done with inflation, and it will come down. I think the target, by the way, let me go back here. I think the target was 3.75. 375 basis points was the target of the Fed. So that's what I think that we're going to be looking at pretty soon. So, I mean, we'll see. But if you go back and you look at these markets, you also, even in the even in the market circumstance, and let's boom, 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 boom. Let's go Bitcoin, and let's go logarithmic, and let's go weekly, and then let's do this, and then zoom out, and you can see right here. So when you say, yeah, we're going through a bear market of 2 or 3 cycles, here I am right here saying that not really. So if we get this blow off right here, then we do have this come down, and this come down did last for a little while. It did last for a little while. That doesn't mean there wasn't pumps in the middle. We just had a pump. Like it doesn't mean that there's not pumps in the middle. And if we take this to be that this is the top and then this was the start of the new run, then what are we saying here? So we're saying that was the start, right? I assume that that's what we're saying. Then it's right here, and it means that it's restarting. The whole cycle is restarting itself right now. So what's happening right there is this right here, which you're actually seeing kind of play out. Like if this is the top and this was the top, don't kid yourself that this was the top. This was the top. And if you look at the RSI indicators, this was the top and this was the top over here. So if you're looking at that, then you're still looking for some kind of match to what's going on. So this right here leads us to from here to right here. The fact that there was a little pump here, a little pump here, a little pump here. Look, this pump is just bigger. And then we got to this part right here, which is that consolidation mode, and then it started flying up. So if we're saying that this is what we're doing, this is the cycle, well, then here it is. Here's how it played out, and this is what we can expect as a move back to the upside coming from right here. Then we could see some consolidation again and another flash dump, and then a move back to the upside. So, I mean, like it's all playing out. If we're doing it that way, then it's all playing out the way it always plays out. So, yes, I would agree. I just, I don't know when people are thinking that we started the bear market, because it was clearly the start of the bear market was exactly, I'm sorry, the end of the cycle was right here when we flipped over, which was May of 21. Probably have to look at it on a monthly to get that kind of look. But again, the top was in right here. The top was in right here. So from this spot to this spot, the top was in. So it's playing out the exact same way, and we're already down. The only difference is we had 4 green candles versus these green candles. So everything that you're saying, Crypto Dreams, might be true, but if you're operating under the premise that we've only been in a bear market for like 8 or 9 months, that's not true. We've been in a bear market for over a year. We just got an institutional pump and fake out, and you can see it's an institutional pump and fake out, even though it went up here, because this is what happened in the charts. This is the actual strength index. This is historically what tells us what's going on, and it tells us where we are. It doesn't fake us out like institutional money. So that fake out doesn't exist in math. So I think that we're going to have this last little shakeout right here, and then we're on our way back up. Who buys shoes named Nike or Puma? Who buys phones? All right. You know what I need to do? I need to point. Uh-oh. Rodney's wife looks like an ugly buck-tooth bitch. You're going to jail, buddy. Why can't he just... Poor Rodney's wife to be attacked by this dude. Can you chart Uniswap? I keep hearing the whales are... Oh, yeah. As a matter of fact, let's skip to that one. Because I heard the same thing. I was just watching a thing on it. And we want to do Uniswap on... Maybe we could do it on Bitstamp. Here we go. We want the biggest, right? So let's do it on... And we want a USDT. So let's do it on KuCoin. Here we go. All right. And by the way, remember, you don't have a whole lot of RSI information in the long term, because something like this is... and let's get rid of logarithmic and go back to regular, and then fill it out. All right, so you can see here where Uniswap is. Now, the reason that you're hearing about Uniswap so much right now is because Uniswap just approved the Uniswap DAO, and the DAO has 74 million. It's called the Uniswap Foundation, and it has $74 million ready to lend out, to give out. So when you look at something like a low RSI, like this thing is primed for a move. Of course, it's gone down. Let's put real quick this together here and say that the lowest point, we're already at the lowest point. So we're at the bounce level right now. It seems like it's just kind of bouncing off of this line, which is the lowest, 5.94. So $5.94 seems to be the number, and it seems to be bouncing off of it, testing it right now. Maybe that's for a move back to the upside. You look at the 2-hour chart, and you kind of see the same thing. 4-hour chart. 4-hour chart gives you a lower 522. So if this event that we're having right now continues, then you can expect that we're probably going to test 522 in fairly short order. And if you look at the day chart as well, let's then we've got, it's going to break all the way down to $3.32. So at its high, though, it was $45. So I get a sense. I mean, think about all the volume that's going through Uniswap right now. So like this place or not, it moves the needle, so to speak. So you're looking at 522. You're trading at around 6 right now. It's bouncing off of your support line, 594, and we'll see whether it holds in this spot right now. But let's close this out, and you can kind of just see it right here, like it's bouncing right here off of this line every time. So maybe it'll make a move to the upside, but the market is going to have to do something. I mean, you can see like here, it flipped the RSI. The RSI is moving back, so it might flip it again because it looks like it might have hit the bottom there, and now it's on its way back up. But I mean, you know, this market's going to be tough for everything for a little bit, so just be careful. Rodney's wife is Slim Jesus. Well, I didn't even know he was dating Slim Jesus, so I'm sure Canadians would love to be American. Bitcoin 14K coming soon to an exchange near you. That's why she's one settings. I don't know what that is. Oh yeah, you know what? I'm not using OBS. I'm using StreamYard, and I think what I did is my overhead light, which is usually the one that does the back display. I don't have my phone, so I can't. And oh, wait a minute. Okay, Google, turn the lights off.
Sorry, it looks like 2 lights aren't available right now.
Yeah, my asshole kids messed everything up. So wait, let me try something. I don't know, maybe it's a little bit better. Yeah, it's a little bit better. I don't know. Oh well. In a couple years of mass adoption, will Uniswap, PancakeSwap be used as much as they are now? They should be. There's no reason for them not to be, other than look. Here's what I think is coming, and I know nobody's going to like this one because everybody thinks that they're that we're in this last that we're in this last sort of zone. But here's what's going to happen. Any day now, you're going to hear somebody out there start to talk about they are going to buy Uniswap, and then you're going to see somebody buy PancakeSwap. I mean, what do you think happens to big business, right? Big business sees a market, they see a place that's primed where they can make a bunch of money, and what do? they burn it to the ground. So what are you looking at right now? Uniswap is decentralized. All of these different places, all these different things, they're all decentralized, and they will not be for very long. They're going to end up, it's all going to end up being bought out by big corporations, just like everything else. So thoughts about Luna Classic. So Luna Classic is now, let's go see if we can stake, by the way. Let's take a quick look and see what we can do over here now and see if the delegation is working. So we're going to take this. We're going to go into the wallet and we're going to delegate. And we're going to pick, there's no commission on this one. Uptime is 99.4, stake systems, voting power. We want the voting power. We're going to want the best voting power, of course. Lunk Dao talks a lot of like shit, so I don't think we want them. And I don't know, like all of these things. All right, so let's delegate to all nodes and let's see what happens here. Reliable, non-custodial, validator run by the industry leader. All nodes, monitor your rewards through all nodes portfolio page. Okay, so we're going to delegate. We're going to delegate 9 million. 99000. All right, so my balance after the transaction is going to be 2498. All right, submit it. So should be just a couple of tokens. All right, so here we go. We are broadcasting the transaction. Failed. All right, so let's go see what happened here. All right, so let's just do 9 million, see what happens. Try this one more time. Success. Okay. All right. So I've delegated 9 million tokens to all nodes. So now I'm down to $100 there. We've got it delegated. So we'll find out what the rewards are. We'll see like how it plays out, and then we'll get after it in a little while. But now we are in the stuff right now. This beef with Saitama and Cult reminds me of beef with Terrarium and Shinja, blah, blah, blah. Who's next in line? That's exactly right. There's no, look, all these guys are just, look, here's what I'm going to say about this. Saitama had a whole bunch of crazy, wide-eyed, Kelbell, Faltron, Creepazoid psychos, right? And it was okay when they were on their side. When when you've got the bad guys on your side and they're shitting on other people, then you're like, it's funny. And then when you're on the other side, it's not that funny, right? So now those people realized that they're, I mean, listen, here's what you have to say. Here's what you have to say. People like Kelbell, people like Faltron, people like all of those people who were associated with Saitama all of that time, and I'm not saying good or bad about Saitama, right? But who were associated and were blindly following it no matter what and not asking any questions. I ask questions all the time. My questions are generally answered, and I don't get caught up in the crazy hype. And the crazy hype is from all these crazy people who just say what amounts to crazy shit. Listen, Russ was leaving. He was fleeing the country, but he can't flee the country because he can't leave because of his passport. But he's also going to leave the country because he's going to rug pull everybody, and he's going to blah, 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 blah. Look, there's a whole bunch of people said a whole bunch of shit, and all of them were wrong. And that's the weird thing, right? They're all wrong. Well, in the meantime, all the crazy people literally went to something called a cult. So now when you see those investor monies, I mean, like, I think Faltron was invested into Saitama for like $5, $10, $20,000. I think Kelbell was like $13 and like 2 pennies and like a half a puppy. You know what I'm saying? Like they were invested for something into these tokens, and then they take their evil, negative, shitty selves and go somewhere else to be evil, negative, shitty people. And you don't have to be what you are over there in the beginning. Like you can just quietly be over there and be like, I'm gonna have a spaces and I'm gonna say stuff, and then I'm gonna say, oh, Faltron, you're incorrigible, or whatever shit they say. Like I've never even been in one of their spaces because I don't like them as people. So like I've never gone into a Faltron spaces. I've never gone into a Kelly Belly spaces. I've never gone into. I didn't even go. I went into a Jonathan P.R. Torres space one time because he and I were on Team WAGME together. So I thought that I'll pop in there and be supportive there, and then him and Faltron were just going off on each other, yelling and screaming, and I'll eat, bro. No, you, bro. No, bro. Like fucking for real, bro. And just going. It's just attention-seeking drama people, and I just don't look. There's a reason that you don't see me on too many other channels anymore. And you guys can remember, there were times when I was on other channels all the time. There were times when I had other people on here all of the time because I created a wide circle of people in which to talk to, hang out with in crypto, talk about stuff like that. Well, I reduced that down to just a couple of people because all of that drama and that constant like, oh, you're doing this. And I mean, look, when one of these influencers came out and said that Pan from Heavyweight was actually the developer on ShibToro or something like that, and then gave some crazy transaction hash that don't explain anything, but said that that he was moving the deployment of he was moving Shift tokens over to ShibToro to launch it, profit, and then move it back out. Like it's just insane shit, not backed up by math, right? When I see that, look, I mean, I can talk to people, but like I can't. That's shit's crazy. So there's no reason to be involved in that kind of shit, right? And same person, by the way, is now coming after Sway from BTFA. And listen, the same person that's coming after Sway now was being paid by Sway to partner with BTFA and didn't have the integrity or honesty or that forthright sentiment to do his investigation when he was getting money off of it. So then he afterwards makes up an investigation based on conspiracy and hearsay and not on factual data. But if you say that, then the person's like, oh, what? This person said on Facebook, okay, everything that's on Facebook is 100% true. Is that what you're telling me? Because if that's what you're telling me, then Joe Biden dominated your president, destroyed him, annihilated him, made him look like a little bitch. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, come on. It's just that crazy shit right there, man. And I don't want to be part of any of it. Venu can easily blast because the supply is low. Venu's not going to have a giant blast off. Exited my position on Shitama, Crow, and Shib. Put it all on Luna Classic. I feel you on that one, man. And I hope that delegation that I just did right now, I hope that it pays off. I don't know how much. I don't know how much we actually are going to earn off of it. But, if I see a 10% return, I mean, I would be happy over the course of, and I think, by the way, that when we're talking about Luna Classic, excuse me, I think when we're talking about Luna Classic, I think that the play on Luna Classic is probably a 2-year play for serious long-term monumental sort of gains, right? So that being the case, then I would think that if I could get 10% in a year, then I'd be feeling good. Because if my 10% in a year, based off what I have right now, which let's just assume that it's about $1,000, that would be $1,100. And if it 100x, then that would be what, 10 grand extra that I would make off it. It's worth it. It's worth it to just throw at it and see what happens. So we'll throw it at it and see what happens. How can you still put money on Luna Classic? How the creator stole the money? Well, they didn't steal the money. If they stole the money, they would have been arrested. That's how it works. What happened is you were lied to about what happened to the money. What happened to the money is that the Citadel Group stole it from you. The Citadel Group purged it from you, and it was all based on a house of cards to begin with. And the people who exited early and liquidated themselves got a lot of their money back, and they got billions of dollars back. And in the process of the whole thing, institutional money made their institutional profits for the most part. And Citadel made hundreds of millions and hundreds of millions of dollars. Duquan, look, you can follow Duquan's wallets. Duquan lost tons and tons of money. Duquan was a billionaire who is now a couple $100,000-aire. I'll put it to you that way. And I'm not defending him because he's the reason that the death spiral was even allowed to exist to begin with, because of the rogue way that they were programming it. So he's ultimately responsible, but it's not because he's stealing it. That's just nonsense, and that's another conspiracy that's been made up. And right now at this point, the Terra Rebels have taken it over, and the Terraform Labs, by the way, Duquan, his group of people are still helping them to take over the project of Terra Rebels. And you know, he has money hidden in Bitcoin before the downfall of Luna Classic. No, he doesn't. 17,932 Bitcoin were transferred over to Gemini. 17,932 Bitcoin were then liquidated off of Gemini. The money was then converted into cash that was then moved back over to Luna Classic in order to help people pay to exit out of USTC and to try to right the ship. You don't understand how this is working. I'm a nice person. I appreciate it, but that is not how any of this works. What you're saying is not true. What happened is all on the blockchain. If something happened, people would be arrested. It's all on the blockchain. You can't hide all of it. And when you have the big transactions, and when you know where the big wallets are and everything that's being done, when you can track it, when you can see it, you would make arrests if something real had happened. This is South Korea. South Korea would have those guys arrested and have them hanged for stealing from South Koreans for that. It did not happen the way people are trying to convince you. All of that is a conspiracy. The only true part of the conspiracy, and by the way, the conspiracy started that Citadel and BlackRock did it, but there's no evidence of BlackRock. The only evidence is Citadel. And the evidence on Citadel is that Citadel was able to make almost $1 billion by creating the death spiral, which was perfectly legal, I might add. Also, if Duquan saw something happening and he cashed out all of his Luna, if Duquan saw this was coming, knew that he just got scammed, and he got scammed, by the way, but if he saw that he had gotten scammed and he knew that he had gotten scammed, then he could cash his out and there's no problem because he's an investor as well. So, you know, there's not some kind of made up crazy shit here. Like, people get real weird about worrying about other people's money. And here's the funny thing. You don't see this in the stock market, which is why this is why cryptocurrency lacks respect, because people create conspiracies. Look, if I'm an investor, if I start a project and I call it Believes in You, right? and I start this project and I have 1 billion tokens and I have like a 100 billion supply, right? So I have 1% of the circulating supply and we get to 100 million market cap and I cash out for $1 million. I'm not wrecking it. I'm not rugging it. I'm cashing out my investment, and it's okay for me to do that. That's how business works. Now, that being said, it should be public. When if I have I have an AMA, first AMA, I would say, listen, I have 1 billion tokens. If we get to 100 million market cap, I plan on cashing out, making myself a millionaire. Then I'll continue to support this project. So just so you guys understand, this is what my intention is. And it wouldn't be that, by the way, but I would you be upfront with people and say, this is what my intention is. When we get to 100 million market cap, I want to cash out, make myself a millionaire, so that from this point on, I don't have to rely on other people. I can then fend for myself, work for myself, and then market for myself and do everything that I can without all of the background distractions and noise, and devote more time to my token. So if you're upfront with people and you tell people what it is that you're doing, then you shouldn't have a problem. I don't think it is. I don't think that Luna Classic is ever going to $1 again. I think nice person that you're going to see, mathematically speaking. Let's go look at Luna Classic real quick. Okay, so you have to look at a couple of things, right? You have to look at the price action and you have to look at the market cap. So, and we're going to flip back and forth between a couple of these, but okay, right now you're looking at a market cap of $868 million, and you're looking at a max supply of 6.9 trillion. Now the goal is 10 billion in the max supply. So that would be taking off 2 zeros, right? So if I took 2 zeros off here, and just follow me here, it's very simple, right? 6.9 trillion right now is how we're calculating and doing the math, right? But if I took, in order to get to the billions category, that's 2 characters right there, right? So then all I have to do here is remove 2 zeros. Okay. So if I was at 69 billion max supply, that 69 still applies, but I was 69 billion max supply. All you do is remove 2 zeros, and that would be 1 penny. It'd be 1 penny and 1.3 cents. Okay. Now, remember that, and now remove these numbers over here, because the market cap would be based on this number right here, this one right here, and not this up here. So remove this, put the supply down to 10 billion, then you're looking at a market cap. So the market cap here on 10 billion would be, and it's again based on this market cap right here, would be 8.6 cents. Now, if the market cap went to $8 billion, then that would be 1 more zero, making it 86 cents. So the chance of it going to $1 exists, but it will take a number of factors to get it to that dollar, and probably 3 to 4 years, I would guess. Now, that being said, we just saw I have 10 million. So if I had 10 million at $1, that would be $10 million. If I had 10 million at 10 cents, that would be $1 million. So, you got to think about like where you are and how much people are going to be cashing out, et cetera, on all this time. So that's just the way. Just remember how that works. Just remember that. That's all. Thank you for the $5 bomb. Your thoughts on Saita Pro update with buy button. Now you can buy Saitama, but a minimum 200 ETH also, but not activate yet. Yeah, you know what? I'm waiting until I see this whole thing play out with Saita Pro. As a matter of fact, I've got to get on Saita Pro today, which I believe they said that you can now download it on the desktop. Saita Pro. Go check that out. I think they said that you can download it on your desktop now. So boom, 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 boom. Saita Pro Web. Okay, so here we go. All right, well, maybe not yet. Yeah, that's Saita Swap. That's not Saita Pro. I want Saita Pro Web experience. Maybe that's going to take a few more days. All right. Well, any day now, it should be on the web. When it's on the web, we'll start messing with it. That way we can do it on screen and then we can see it. But whatever it does, I'm going to be um, I'm not sure. Like okay, I was contacted. I'm going to put it this way. I was contacted by Saitama about doing an AMA with Russ. I was not promised anything. I was not told that anything would happen. I have not seen anything since then from Saitama in any way regarding any kind of AMA collaboration or anything. So I have no idea what is going on there. And by the way, I'm not, like I'm not covering it every day because I'm not interested in it every day. I put $1,000, $2,000. I put one ETH into it, whatever the price was at that time, just to have kind of skin in the game, to just to be part of it, just in case something happens. And so far, I haven't seen anything. Yeah, I don't see anything yet. So I followed up on the AMA, and that was August 21st, 6 days ago, and they haven't followed back up with me. So I have no idea. And so I'm not going to get too deep into it, except to just kind of be there just in case they want to do something. That's all I can say, I guess. Let's see what I see. Class the only way. Yeah, it's. And by the way, I see that, we understand that, but for a lot of us, this is a longer term play. This is also the riskiest investment. If you had $100, if you had $1,000 in it at $100, or if you had $100,000 in it at $100 market cap that it was at not too long ago, I have $0. So now we understand. We know that. We know that something great could happen with Luna Classic. I think most of us know that, except nice person maybe. But it's going to take some time before it all manifests and plays itself out. The fact that delegation worked just now is the first time delegations worked since May. Staking won't be implemented until I think it's October 26th. And then I believe it's going to be September 12th. Around that block height when we see the 1.2% burn start. But here's a spoiler alert for you. Radivar, I think his name is, one of the Terra Rebels, says that the 1.2% burn doesn't currently work, that there's some kind of calculation error with partners that's causing that's causing transactions to miss that they're working on right now. And it'll be fixed. And hopefully they believe that it's going to be fixed in the next couple days. So if it is, nice. What's up with Saitama? 3 to 5 year hold? I don't think so. I mean, well, actually, maybe it might be. It's here's everything in this market is going to do. Is going to pump, right? Where everything is going to pump. It's just a matter of time now when Ethereum flips the switch. And by the way, just so everybody knows, there was an update on Ethereum. Let's go talk about it real quick. You see here, we're breaking down even further now. Bitcoin is under 20,000, back to 19,009. So it looks like we're going to have some more pain. We're going to go down a lot further. But Ethereum, right now, if it went up 200%, it would be at 4,200, which wouldn't even be the all-time high. But that would be 200%. But if it went up 200% right now, then every one of our tokens would go up 100% because we're wrapped with Ethereum. So everything right now is being drugged down by the pain and the shit that's going on in this market at this point. So I would not be too worried about it. And dude, Volt is at 63.94. Is that person retarded? I'm sorry. I meant, does that person have an extra 23rd chromosome? Because if this is the case, and this is the case, then I'm up significantly. because my original investment's $500. So, and it was, I mean, come on, is this guy retarded? My original investment in Saitama was at like a $2 million market cap. In Volt was a $2 million market cap. So I am up like a dog right now. So I'm feeling pretty great about my position with Volt. I have no problems holding on for a long period of time and dealing with the market pressure. And there is market pressure, by the way. You can see right here, like there's just a real consolidation going on. That big pump right here, that's over. We need actual functions, actual use cases. The best argument right now, positive, that you can make on Volt, by the way, is that this right here still trends in the upward fashion. And if you're looking right here, if this is going to play out, in fact, the right way, then you look at the tops right here and the tops right here, and you can see here. So if this is right, now that's a breakdown, by the way, but if this is right, then this is a triangle pattern, and this is a fully bullish pattern, which means that we're still up in this area producing new producing higher lows from this spot right here. So and we're also trending along this way. Now, the other thing about it is I'm doing this based on the pumps and not on actual on some of the actual settling. So if I take it and I do it based on the actual settling, then I still get the same kind of chart right here. So I'm still getting that pattern. The question, however, is what is this doing here? And this is a little rounded. This is not exactly correct. I'm touching as many points of contact. I've got 1, 2, 3, 3 points of contact, and I've got this is fallen out, but it's only fallen out on this day chart. I don't know how it looks on the hour chart. It's only fallen out for a little while on the hour chart. You can see here. So, maybe this is just kind of a long sort of pattern to play out. But if it does, then it's a bull pattern, and it's going to play out, and it's going to pump to the upside, not go to the downside. So, that's what that means when you have a triangle pattern like that. So, both. I did not get my Tesla yet. Kiss my ass for even reminding me of that. Oh my God. Not even close, Gooden. Oh yeah, by the way, while we're on these, let me give you an update over here. Terra is in the buy zone right now. If you guys remember, and I don't know if you watch my video. I don't know if you guys watch all my videos or not, but I said that Terra is going to break here, and that it was going to fall down, and it did exactly what everything else did. But here was my buy zone, 1220, and it's at 1213 right now. So I'm telling you, the last time that it broke down to this level was right here, and it did go down a little bit lower. So it could still go down a little bit lower, but this is kind of the support line at this point, right? So if you bought in here, then this is what happened almost immediately. It went up to 2000. Also, some of that is the market conditions getting more favorable, but it ended up running all the way up here to 25. So that was over 100% increase. Now, question, of course, is going to be on this day, what was the price? And this was 18th of June. So then where was 18th of June is going to be the low for Ethereum. So the question is, does it move more than Ethereum? And the answer to that actually is no. I don't think so anyway. There's good pumps here, and there's 2%. There's only a 2% tax in and out. So there's still a tax, but it's only 2% right now. So I would say that if you've got like dry powder on the sidelines, this is the time to get in on this if this is your play. What you are looking for, however, is probably something more along the lines of something that's going to pump a little bit more. What I think everybody kind of wants is, like, for example, over here on June 18. On June 18, this was trading at 2.7 cents. This is Hex, trading at 2.7 cents. So now on the high on ETH, it should be 5.4 cents. Well, it was at 5.4 cents over here. It actually pumped up to 7.6 cents, which was a 3x from where it was, not a 2x. So in case you guys are wondering what my play right now is for this next thing, is I'm kind of waiting to see where ETH bottoms out, sits down, where it kind of corrects. And then I'm hoping that we get another one of these flash dumps down here on Hex to get in down here at this 3.5 cents level. And then just go all in for like 25 grand at 3.5x or at 3.5 or even below, and then just ride it and see what happens. Bone, everybody's been talking about how much it's gone up, and it has started to come back down. I don't know if that's a mini correction, but it's up 28% in the week column, even from this spot right here. Down 5% on the day. Pretty standard at this point. 74 million market cap, so it's got room to grow. All right, Phoenix V2 is down 2.8 cents. Hulk is down 3.1. Lillian is down 4%. Saitama is down 5%. Volt is down 6.9%. Box is down 7%. Wagme is down 7%. Terra is down 9%. Shift is down 15%, and BlackRock is still down 23.9%. At this point, I really think that my BlackRock thing is just done. I don't think they're going to pump. I'm not seeing it anymore. I threw $500 at it just to see what would happen. By the way, my plays, just so you guys know what my plays are, my two plays right now that I'm holding on to are this one, which is MetaMonkey. There's a pre-sale. If you go to metamonkey.ai and get in the pre-sale over here, then it's pulo.io, and then it's going to launch pretty soon. One Ethereum is 4.75 million plus 5% pre-sale bonus tokens. So it's 4.5 plus 5%. So 4.75 million tokens on one ETH buy. So, and I think it's going to be a good run. And then the other one that I'm in on is DeConnect, and I'm partnered with them to provide educational content. So if you go over here and look, you go to deconnectcoin.com and join the DeConnect pre-sale. And I hear that goddamn song. Oh, Thomas, I swear to God, this song drives me crazy. Now, and by the way, Thomas and Zach are the two guys that started it, so I got to hear their names all day long. But over here, you see Believes Crypto. This is the educational platform. This is the educational site for crypto. So DeConnect does courses. So you can go over here and you can do blockchain for beginners, dApps, blockchains and applications, exchanges, NFTs, passive income. And there's 6 lessons here, 5 lessons here, 6 lessons here, 5 lessons here, and 5 lessons here. And what you do is you earn crypto. There's DECA that you earn, there's NFT, there's kudos, and there's points that you earn. So, and you can cash them out for crypto. So you click on here, and you have to start creating your portfolio. I don't know what that's going to be. It's going to be USD. Anyway, on my dashboard, here's like you can check the courses that you've completed and stuff like that. I just did a big quiz for them the other day, and I produced content for them just a couple days ago. But you can see here, we're going to do, let's say we want to do beginners. So we're going to go in here. You want to become a member of the group. So you can become a member of the group here. Here is the actual course, I guess. Let me go over here. Wait, this is the point system. And then it gives you, by the way, you can earn all these different things for passing quizzes, etc. So it's real neat. So let's do courses. blockchain for beginners. So take this course and start. Now you're going to watch a YouTube video.
If you have no exposure to the decentralized side of finance, then by the end of this video you will. This is how you can set up your own Web3 wallet. With this wallet, you will be able to store currencies and other digital assets without the need of interacting with a bank or government. In this example, I will show you how to install MetaMask since I use this myself. Step number 1 is to simply go to metamask.io. Next, just simply click download for your browser. Here we have been taken to the Chrome website.
By the way,
where we can add MetaMask to our browser as an extension.
I live my life at 1.5 speed on YouTube. So
once that's done, feel free to pin this to your bookmarks. Click next. Create a wallet. At this stage, we might.
Anyway, so there you can see that's what it does. It's actually a very cool website. It's very cool. Like all of this stuff is really neat. I actually have a Chevy Equinox is what I ended up with. So there's that. I did see though that the Chevy Blazer is now all electric for 24 models, I think, or 23 models, one or the other. But that looked like a pretty cool concept, pretty cool idea. So like I thought that was a good idea. Hulk Inu. So Hulk Inu is going to be, look, everything right now is in trouble, and everybody is going to keep going down until the market stops bleeding eventually. So you're going to see Hulk go down. You're going to see everything go down until we find the bottom and then bounce from there. What are your thoughts on Terrarium dropping their influencers? Are people confused thinking it's a community token when it's really just a business? Well, yeah. So, look, I can, here's what I can say. Like, you guys know that I produced a whole lot of Terrarium content and I never got paid anything for it. At best, you get revenue for ads. So it's not like I didn't, like I was doing it because I liked the project, believed in the project, and I still do. And so, I was producing daily content, really just kind of giving updates on what was going on every single day, getting the video shared and stuff like that. But at some point you realize, you know what? I have people who pay me for content that I do every day. I have partnerships with tokens that pay me for that content. And Terrarium didn't think that I was worth paying for the content. So I stopped producing it. I stopped making content. And I started focusing on the people that were actually paying me. And I still produce every once in a while something on Terrarium. I still produce something every once in a while on something like Saitama, you know what I mean? Because I still want to engage those audiences and let them know, look, I try to give you at least a reasonably objective perspective on these tokens. Like, for example, me saying yesterday, the buy range right now is 1220. We're literally at 1213 right now. We're in the buy range of Terrarium. And the last time this happened, it pumped hard. So if you want it to pump hard, then this is probably the time. It might go a little bit lower. I'm not saying that it won't. I'm just saying that right now is the time for that to happen. And good morning, Crypto Latina and Crypto B. What's going on, man? I'm going to get that Tesla, man. I'm sure. And you know what? I still got my Saitama bag. My Saitama bag is only like 1,600 though, because it's 1 ETH. So I don't know what ETH is. I don't know how far it's going to have to go. I don't even think about it anymore because I think the Tesla that I want is like 107,000. So, I'll get there. Here's the thing. The way the way I look at it is if I cash out $107,000, then I have a Tesla, right? But then I have like nothing left and I got to start almost from the beginning again. And I'm not doing that. You know what I mean? Fuck that. Come too far to throw, you know what I mean? Like I even make payments on the Equinox because I don't want to, I could have taken the money out and just paid it off. But then, I think I make more than the interest that I pay by just investing and doing content and stuff like that. But anyway, back to Terrarium. I do the content for Terrarium, and then every once in a while I reach out and stuff like that. And then we reach a point where instead of going the way of hiring me for content, they changed their tax structure and decided that they were just not going to do anything. And that's actually probably for them probably the best because I don't think that I think what they did is they made a business decision that in this market right now, with the blood in the water and the way that we're just down, and the way, all of this stuff is just suffocating for a lot of different products and projects. And I think that they just decided, listen, there's probably nothing. Look, if every one of you guys right now, and everybody that watches all of my content during the course of the day, each put $100 in terrarium, it wouldn't matter, because Ethereum is still buckling. And to be fair, most of you are probably invested for at least $100 already. And probably the average investment of everybody who watches me is already $100, because it's terrarium, because that's part of my market. You know what I mean? So that's the thing, is that, it's probably, there's probably nothing that can be done for a lot of these things. Yeah, matter of fact, I'll send you a link if you want to come on, and we can talk about, hold on. Hey, send me a message on Crypto Latina. Send me a message on Twitter, and I'll give you a link, and you can come in here and we can talk real quick about um, about what I would do if I were trying to diversify and start up the channel. Because I'm about to end the stream in just a few minutes anyway. So if you send me that, then you can come in here. We can take 5 minutes and kind of go over it real quick and see what we can see. Yeah, don't cash out. I mean, like right now, look, you shouldn't. You should have been pretty dry powdered at this point, so to speak, if you were following me and you were listening to me to begin with. Crypto Fusion, I don't want to do that because I don't want to get dude, I got a thing that I use for like Twitter followers, and I can't tell you how excited I am when I see suspended account and that they're no longer following me, because then I know it's like a bot or something like that follow me. Okay, so I have some influencer friends who you see and that get 100 views on a live stream, or 50 views on a live stream, or 20 views on a live stream, and then they also get like 4,000 views on some random shitcoin. And it's obvious that the person bought the views and bought the comments, because you would not believe the stupid shit that people put in the comment section on those stupid videos. So it's kind of weird. All right, I sent you the link. It's kind of weird that like you can look at it and you're just like, what in the absolute fuck is going on here? Because it's hilarious. I mean, I guess because it's just absolutely hilarious what the comment sections are and what you see, especially when it's some kind of random like I hate a certain crypto token or something like that, and then the comments are just so hilarious. Or how about this? How about a video that has 4,000 views and 5 comments? Think about that one for a second. 4,000 views and 5 comments. But anyway, so that's Crypto Latina. Stay on here. We'll talk real quick. Anyway, I'm going to get off here. It's not financial advice. My name's Bleaves. I'm always right. Be careful in your trading today. And remember, these charts are not your friend right now. Find the bottom before we do anything. So with that being said, I will see you guys later on.